Hi guys, we're back.
Welcome back to the podcast.
We are hopefully gonna be consistent. Hopefully, fingers crossed. You can't promise, but getting into it. Our topic today is pretty sensitive for me and pretty what it goes personal, if that makes sense. So
In what way?
well, you know how you get these questions from if you're in an interview, like what are your strengths and weaknesses?
Okay.
So what is, like, you can elaborate your strengths clinically.
I didn't realize that was gonna be our topic for today.
No,
I
it's
thought it was
not. It's
something
not
else.
that.
Oh,
But
okay.
that this is how I answer them, and this is mostly the case of what are my weaknesses. So I was just, trying to tell our audience that I
Your
give
thought process.
I give them like during an interview, guys, you will be asked what are your strengths and weaknesses, and then sometimes most of the time I tell them the strengths that I have, but the weaknesses part I always tell them this. So our topic today is being hard on ourselves. So that's my weakness.
Oh, okay.
Like,
yeah.
So a little backstory, guys. It has been a crazy journey since we moved here, especially us going back to work, exploring new things. And I think we've talked about this in our previous podcast as well. Like, how is it like different in Canberra and here? But like, not really comparing both, but it's more like our adjustment phase. It's pretty overwhelming, especially for me. Like, I had to adjust to both to two workplace at the moment. I had to adjust in ED and I had to adjust in dialysis. And sometimes I get to a point that even though I know I've done my best,
Yeah.
I feel like it's not good enough. And I'm not sure if it's just me being hard on myself.
Yeah, I think it's just you. No, probably because we are coming from a stage where we were both like seniors from our previous workplaces.
Yep.
We were like the one being asked all the time since we've been there for a while, and now we just probably like are not used to or hate the fact that we're the ones asking questions again,
Yep.
when in fact we've been there and done that already.
Yeah, true. And I think for me the term is in Tagalog. I'm not sure how to translate it in English, but nangangapa talaga ako. Like I'm struggling so much that sometimes I feel like I'm not really
Yeah.
productive in a shift. And I have to reset my learning, guys, and I have to learn, especially in dialysis, I have to learn 3 to 4 machines at time, and it's pretty overwhelming. And it's
Was it just one machine type of machine back in Canberra?
yeah, back in Canberra, it was
okay.
just like pretty going because it's just one machine. So you've learned your basics in dialysis, starting from one machine, work your way up. Like, say, how would you handle both machine? How would you troubleshoot it? And of course, looking after your patient at the same time, being on the machine.
I'm just curious about that though. Sorry
Yeah.
to cut you off, but is there a specific reason why we have more than one machine? Is it depends on the need, or it's just what we're supplied with?
I think it's what the hospital got supplied with.
Oh, okay.
So
Because I get
basically,
where you were working from before.
Yep.
Is actually a company that makes medical supplies. So I would get why you would only have one type of machine.
Yeah,
Obviously, it
and-
would have to be their machine, right?
Well, it's not that, because remember I started with with
Oh,
a
yeah,
different
true,
company, and then they
They
got
took over.
they took over they took over a different company, and then now it's getting transitioned into
A
basically
government,
health.
yeah.
Yeah. So like, I understand your question, and at the same time, that's my question as well. So basically, what they told me was that it was the previous machine, like older ones, are like been there for quite a while, and then the new generation of machines, I think they bought it because it's cheaper. Yeah,
I
so
see.
there's basically that, so they can dialyze more patients, if that makes
Fair
sense.
enough. Yeah.
Yeah, so you're still using their
Increase the
old
numbers.
machine,
Yeah.
which is still usable, guys. And then there's new oncoming machines, and then they bought a couple more units of
Okay.
machines that are quite cheaper and
Yeah.
can dialyze more patients. So
Very
does that
true.
answer your question?
Yeah. Yeah. No, but I guess being like just going back to the topic,
Yep.
I myself is guilty of being too hard on myself, adjusting to this new workplace.
Yep.
Like I'm not in my original position. I actually took a step back.
Step down.
Yeah, like a
Yeah.
step down from what I was back in ACT. But
Yep.
like for me, like the level of output that is expected of me, or I don't know if anyone expects me to deliver what type of, I don't know, productivity.
Yep.
I still can't get over the fact that I'm used to like
Your ways back
yeah, yeah,
in your
yeah. Like
previous workplace.
delivering more than what is asked for,
Yep.
and like especially with that position, it comes with expectation.
Exactly.
Yeah, so I was just so used to having that. Unlike here, like I'm back to like a beginner. Although I have tons of experience,
Yep.
I don't know what they expect of me, but at the same time, I don't wanna even, I don't know, limit myself
Yep.
as to what can I bring on the table. You know,
Yeah. Well, I guess it's more like we are not told what are the expectation of us. And even if we are told
it's
of,
self-imposed.
yeah, yeah,
Sure.
even if we're told of the expectations, it's like us wanting to do more because of,
What we
of your,
used to.
yeah, what we're used to and what our background is. Like you're like what? How many years of experience now? And with that comes your pay and all that sort. So you kind of have to live up to the expectations of you
Yeah.
having that kind of background and years of experience. So technically, I've got some questions here, but I think, well, we answered it most of it. But what do you think we're being hard on ourselves? Like, for me personally, I think I care too much. Like I care that I won't deliver, the
Yeah.
expectations,
Yeah.
and I feel like if I'm not delivering, then they might have to talk behind my back.
Yeah.
Then they will say, "Oh, she doesn't know what to do. She doesn't know this. She doesn't know shit." I'm
Yeah.
like, I don't want that.
I don't want to hear that too.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
It's really heartbreaking. Even though you wanted to do more, you wanted to help out more, but you can only do so much
Yep.
with the time that
That
you're
you've
being
spent
trained
with
with
your current
them.
workplace.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Exactly.
So it's really hard to juggle. And how about you? What do you think? Why are you hard on yourself? Is it the same
Yeah,
feeling?
definitely the same. But I don't know. Probably just how we're used to delivering the goods, basically.
Yep.
Like with this current level that I'm on, like work wise, back to a level one. Um, like I don't know, like what is acceptable. I don't know what is an acceptable output, because I'm used to having this much responsibility and output. So like I'm always there at the workplace trying to learn things where I'm not even sure if I'm meant to learn them as
Yep.
of this stage, but I just want to learn as
As
much as I
quickly as you
can
can.
in a short amount of time.
Yeah, true. And I don't like the thought of me being babied.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah, exactly.
right. No, you've got experience. So
Because
you've,
at the same time, I don't want like other staff members to get me wrong where I'm overstepping my boundaries, because I'm not sure what is expected of me again. So they
sure.
might think, oh, like this guy is very, I don't know, very eager. Like I don't want them to think, oh, he's probably aiming for a higher position. Like that hasn't even crossed my mind at the
Yeah.
moment. But I don't want them to think of me as a threat of what their future plans are. I'm just there to learn.
Yep. And to be perfectly honest, my thoughts at the moment are I'm just playing it safe. Like, learn as much as you can, but also providing the best care and safe care you can to your patients or your clients. But as a nurse, what do you think we could do, like, to change our mindset to be more productive? Like, because I don't, I've mentioned earlier, I don't like the feeling of being talked behind my back. Like, well, I always ask for feedback though. But I'm not sure if they're being honest though. Like, if they're giving me an honest answer or
Yeah.
something. But
Yes,
yeah.
some people are just really good at saying, "Oh no, you're doing pretty well."
Yeah,
Like,
but then behind you, they will talk,
human
and
nature.
it's a close relationship department that you know everyone, and you have something to talk about. But I guess, like, for me, I have to just sometimes take it easy on myself. Like, I have to change my mindset. Like, hey, you did good despite the busyness of that day. You did good. Considering you surpassed it, you did good. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Because sometimes, like, I feel like I fall short. Like, oh, I miss another chart. I miss
It
putting this.
happens.
Yeah, but then again, like, it's just me being
Does
hard
it
on
drag you
myself.
down, that feeling?
Yeah, and I think it comes down to my next question, and my next statement is that, like, I have, even during the shift, I have some thoughts. Like, sometimes I want to just break down and cry because I feel like I'm too busy to even, like,
Just
drink
feel helpless.
water, and I feel helpless. I feel like I'm asking too much questions, and I feel like I just need someone to always, like, oversee my work, because I feel like I have to make it work, or I have to give it, like, a safe working environment first before I'll go solo. Does that make sense? Yeah, especially when putting on patients into the machine and setting the machine, because, like, at the moment I'm still struggling on how to manage them during the treatment. You
Right.
get what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
I know what to do, but when it comes to a different machine, like a very strange, and I would say, like, a new machine to me, it's just like, hey, what needs to be done? But
Is it
I
more advanced than the one you used to have?
I would say not. I would
Okay.
say they're about the same. But
Just different features.
yeah, different features, similar concept, I always say. But then again, it's just hard because, like, they've got some stuff that they can actually use, but they don't use. So our machines in Canberra, it's actually programmed for the patient. So once you program the machine, there's, like, a card that you can tap into the machine, and that shows their details and all that.
Okay, so
So
it's
it's
already pre.
yeah,
I don't
before
know.
they
Yeah.
even start or step into the unit.
Okay.
There's a prescription that's for them, but in their machine you have to do it manually, and
Oh, everything's have to be like manually encoded every
yeah,
time.
manually encoded. But you have to also check, like, their
The
their
settings of the
settings and
machine.
all that sort.
Oh,
So,
okay. I
and
get it.
I asked them, like, do you don't use a card that's for the patient? Like, we do, but they said it's expensive. So I'm like, we're quite lucky in Canberra. We're
Oh,
very
yeah.
we're very
We were
we're yeah, advanced, I would say.
past
Yeah.
tense.
Yeah, lucky. All right. How about you? Like, how do you change your mindset though? Like, even though you feel like crap at the end of the day because you feel like you've done less.
Well, I guess the good thing about me is I'm actually very quick in moving on from what I felt. Like I
Yep.
don't dwell about it too much. Sometimes, well, every now and then I would remember, and then I would feel well, I don't know, somewhat sad. But then as to like being so hard on myself outside of the workplace rarely happens. I would usually just switch off and think about something else.
Yeah.
Like my mind is just too busy to think about what else can I do here at home.
Well, see, I think that's the difference between us, because
Yeah.
sometimes I take it to heart.
Yeah.
That sometimes, even at home, even
Yeah.
with you, like, I talk to you, in this in our safe space as a couple, as a husband and wife. But then it sometimes gets me, like, I have my quiet moments. Like, I have to
Yeah.
think, like, hey, what am I doing? Like, why are we doing this? This is a self-inflicted scenario most of the time. What's happening between us,
Like,
the struggles.
really?
Yeah,
Good. Okay. Nah,
but
because I still find you having a lot of free time though after your work. Because every time I go home, that you're like when we're coming from, both of us coming from morning shifts, I arrive home. Sometimes you're still asleep, like after your work. Like you rarely see me going or taking a nap after work.
true.
Like
But
I'd
then
rather
I
do
have
something
dinner
else.
ready for you already.
Yeah, no, which
But
I'm very thankful for.
yeah.
But yeah, even when we
Well,
were still in Canberra, like
I I do that, I think, just to recuperate because
okay,
I feel like I'm so
comes with
drained.
age.
That's true. But I feel like I'm so drained during the day, especially if I work in the city, like in a hard
Yeah,
drive,
long
an
drive.
hour, an hour or two back
Plus,
and
yeah.
forth. Yeah. But it's just mostly like just how I cope with it. I'd rather nap it rather than me being stressed about it. But then again, sometimes it just crossed my mind. So anyhow, do you believe that it will get better?
Well, it can only get better from here. That's for sure.
We have to. We have to make it work. I feel like it's just yeah, I have to have that mindset.
We'll probably mention that a lot already in our previous episodes that we will have to make it work. No, it's just the reality in life. Whatever decisions you do,
It
you'll
has
just
consequences.
it has definitely consequences, and it's totally up to you on what are you gonna do with it. Are you
Yep.
just gonna give up on it? Like, are you ready to give up whatever you've worked for in the past and start over again, or up to you if you want to hold on to it
Yeah.
and strive even harder to keep, I don't know.
But maybe it will drag you down. It's
It
actually
will
definitely
eventually.
dragging me
Yeah.
down.
Yeah,
Like
it
trying
takes
to
a
think.
toll on you.
Yeah, yeah. So the last question is, do you think it's a healthy feeling or emotion being hard on yourself? Like healthy in a way that you have to just go through it,
Yeah, I think so. Yeah,
right?
because it's only gonna make you better again. Look, if you're the type of person who thinks in a way where whatever you do is correct or you got nothing else to improve on, then you probably need to be checked. Right? Either way, you need to get checked.
Sure.
But I mean, well, that's one way of saying that you're a human being. You have feelings. You have a lot of emotions going through you.
Yeah.
Yeah. I guess it's only normal for you to feel that way because you want to be the best version of yourself,
Yep.
basically.
Yeah.
Like I think for me, you'd come out as arrogant if you're the type of person who can't be taught anymore because you think you already know everything. So you're not being hard on yourself because again, you think you're the best. I've already done that before. Like you don't need to teach me.
Yep.
Yeah, you shouldn't be working if that's your attitude or outlook in life, I guess.
That is so true. That's so spot on, Nako. Yeah, I think you just spelled everything out for me. And I guess, like being a human being, I still care. That's why I'm being hard
Yeah.
on myself because I wanted to give it my all. And like same as you and same with us both. But yeah, I think that's the
Yeah.
end.
That's why you need other things that you can put, I don't know, devote yourself into, learn new things
Yeah.
other than thinking about your job every single time.
Yep. And thinking that it's a struggle, that it's really hard, that it's really difficult.
It's meant to be
you-
like that.
Yeah, but sometimes you have to think that it would be easy if you take it easy on yourself as well.
Yeah.
All right, that's the
Don't forget to
end.
reward yourself if you can afford it.
At the moment, I can't. I wish I could reward myself every time. Anyway, that's it for that topic, guys. Thank you so much for listening. Again, it's Sheila.
And I'm Roel.
And this is the
CommoNurse Podcast.
Don't forget to like and subscribe.
Also share.
Bye.
Till the next one. Bye.
Wala to, dali lang.